YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Pablo Nelson coming at you with another video. First of all, I want to address something. My past couple videos, y'all see I have the like and subscribe sign behind me. The S was missing. And I caught that during my last video. So what happened was, I feel like I owe y'all an explanation. I'm going to give you one. You know, my kids be in my office and things like that. So, you know, they knocked the S down. So there you go. But don't worry. We got subscribe spelled right. Also, I want to thank y'all for the traction I'm getting on my channel. You know, I notice everything and I really appreciate y'all for tuning in and spending a couple, you know, minutes of your day with me. Also, please like and subscribe because we talking about the sign. I want to talk to you about something that I saw today. I want to talk to you about something that caught my eye this morning. I was on Instagram and, you know, I want to speak on something. I'm going to play a clip and I'm going to just give my thought on, you know, the clip.
Well, Jessica, Yuki, police believe that this was an incident that may have involved jealousy. They say that this evening a man and woman were seated at the outdoor dining section of the Chickies and Pete's, and that the woman went inside to use the restroom. And inside there, she encountered three men who she may have known from several years ago. At that point, something about that encounter, well, it made her boyfriend angry. According to police, they say he has a permit to carry a firearm, and went inside to confront the three men. In doing so, he displayed that gun. The confrontation made its way outside of the Chickies and Pete's, which is once again here in the busy intersection of Frankfurt Ave and Robin Street. Investigators say the boyfriend and the group of three fired shots at each other outside. The boyfriend, who is 23 years old, was shot in the stomach, and police describe his condition as, quote, critical but stable. Well, Jessica, Yuki, police...
Well, you saw that clip, and the reason why that caught my attention is because I'm from Philadelphia. Chickies and Pete was a restaurant I've been to quite a few times. As a matter of fact, they're bringing one out where I live. And so, and also I'm familiar with that area. I live not too far from where that incident happened. And, you know, one thing about weapons is what I always tell people is that when you have a firearm on you, you know, some people may tend to do things that they normally wouldn't do because they simply have a firearm on them. You know, they think they're tough, you know. So having a gun on you is not a good thing, you know, at all times, especially if, you know, you're normally a scary type dude and you go and you buy a weapon and you got this gun on your hip and now you think you're Superman, you know. So just digesting that clip a little bit, you see that the young man took his lady friend, you know, out to Chickies and Pete's to go get something to eat. They was dining outside. You know, a lot of places still have to dine outside due to COVID, I guess. And the young lady went in, had to use the restroom, and seen two other guys that she knew. You know, so an altercation happened, and she came outside and told him, you know, about it. And, you know, in my opinion, he went looking for trouble. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the eyes of the law. You know, like, your life wasn't in danger. You know, no one was causing you bodily harm. There was no reason for you to go into that restaurant and, you know, seek out those men and pull a firearm and fire shots, you know, at these guys. You know, so not only did you jump into something that you shouldn't even, you know, jumped into at that time. You know, if you feel some type of way, if your manhood, you know, you feel some type of way, somebody saying something to your lady friend, you know, mind you, these was guys that she already knew, you know, so it wasn't like they were strangers, you know what I mean? She already knew these guys. But, you know, if you do feel the urge to say something, you want to be a man or whatever, you don't have to produce a firearm. You know, if you felt disrespected, you could have went in there and, you know, man to man and said something or whatever. You know, but you decided to go in there, you up the firearm, and, you know, not only did you start a shootout, you actually got shot. You're in the hospital in critical but stable condition, I believe the term was. You know what I mean? And then after all that's said and done, now you got to deal with the police. So once you know you get stitched up, hopefully the young man pulled through. But once you get stitched up, now the cops is coming because you running around like it's the Wild Wild West, shooting up restaurants because somebody said something to a lady friend, you know, that in all reality probably was a neighborhood vet. You see what I'm saying? That's why they said something. They knew this girl before. You know what I mean? They know her very well. You know what I mean? She on her best behavior because she out with you. You know, but they probably knew her very well. You know what I mean? She probably a neighborhood girl, and, you know, they probably, you know, had their way. Who knows? You know what I mean? But you got in your feelings and you went and upped the firearm and, you know, caused a whole bunch of chaos when you shouldn't even did that. You know what I mean? And so, you know, fellas, don't get tricked out position. Do not get tricked out of your position. All right? You know, there's a couple ways that this young man could have handled that thing. You know, like I said, the biggest reason in the eyes of the law is that, you know, just because you have a gun don't mean you have a right to use it to harm somebody. You know what I mean? That's for self-protection. That's to protect yourself and protect your loved ones, you know, from bodily harm. You know, so not because, you know, you got your feelings hurt or you feel like somebody testing your manhood and you got to produce a firearm. You know what I mean? Like I said, this was a neighborhood girl. You know what I mean? They been knowing. She probably was only out with you because you was taking her to dinner. You know what I mean? She probably was just using you for the food. You know what I mean? And so now you in the hospital, you in critical but stable. You still got the cops to deal with later on down the road once this situation blow over. People, use your mind. Use your mind, people. All right? Do not get tricked out of position. Like I said, I saw this. I wanted to speak on it, give my 2 cents on it. You know, be smarter, y'all. You know, guns don't make you tough. You know, matter of fact, a gun could get you killed. You see what I'm saying? A gun could get you killed. If you have a firearm on you and you could walk away from a situation, walk away from a situation. If your life isn't in danger, walk away from that situation. You don't have to be the, you know, the big tough guy, this and that, you know what I mean? So this guy, he wasn't even a tough guy, you know what I mean? I could just, you know, get the vibe just from listening to the story. You know what I mean? You know, but you let your emotion get the best of you, and you know, you did something that, you know, I know you wish that you could take back because it really wasn't that deep. You know what I mean? Pablo Nelson giving y'all my 2 cents. Be smart, y'all. Come on, don't get tricked out of position. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.